this thing working. It'll be totally fine. With Drew's like, oh, works for everybody but me. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty much.
Exactly. That's it right there.
Pretty much. All right. I think we're ready. You want to go?
Yeah.
All right. I want to go too. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it off and start it in 3, 2, 1.
This is the morning stream, but it's not in the morning, it's at night. TMS Pm.
Hey everybody, welcome back to TMS PM. This is the morning stream PM edition for Friday, July 5th, 2019. That's Brian Nibbett over there. I'm Scott Johnson. Good morning. Evening.
All of these things you said are true. Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Yeah, it is afternoon, right?
Good afternoon.
When does evening begin? Have we determined that? When does that start?
I would say either 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. I would say 5 p.m. is evening.
I'm going to agree with you. Let's see what the experts say.
Yeah.
When does evening start?
The experts.
Here come the experts online.
Let's go to the experts here in the booth.
There you go. Evening, Wikipedia has a whole thing. Oh, it literally says, it is the period of time at the end of the day, usually about 5 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Oh, there you go.
Just what Brian said.
5 p.m. or 6 p.m.
All right, well, good afternoon then, everybody. And welcome to this edition of TMS PM, brought to you by yourselves.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
There you go. In the news this morning, the news, good morning, the news. Hey, did you
Poor Ann Curry, by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ann Curry, they today's show is celebrating whatever their 50-year anniversary or the 40-year anniversary or whatever it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
No mention of Matt Lauer, which I can kind of understand because of his unceremonious exit.
Yeah.
Although, boy, he was a fixture on that thing until I not even mention him. But no mention of Ann Curry, which I feel like is an oversight because she was great.
Yeah, they should have showed Matt Lauer in black and white, and with sad music, and then shown Ann Curry. The fact that they left her out of there is a huge mistake. She's awesome. I know she wasn't there long as a host, but she was there forever as the news person. So yeah. I don't know what their problem was, but I get them not showing him. He was putting his wiener in places
totally
it's not supposed to go.
Yeah, it's just too bad. And his little button to lock his door.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
Yeah, that was
anyway,
good.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I derailed us right from the start, Scott.
Well, now I have to play this.
Good morning, everybody. In the news this morning, good morning.
So good. She should have gotten in for that alone. Just play that clip.
Right, over and over and over.
So happy day after 4th. I hope everyone's got a bunch of marked up driveways and shitty skid marks on your sidewalk from all the weird fireworks you set off. We did that yesterday, but we went all the way to Orem to do it and hung out with Taylor's husband's family, which was real fun. I found out that Dylan's grandmother, she's a grandmother and she's old, but she doesn't look old. She looks 40. I don't know what's going on with that lady. She was just so young looking, but we meet her for the first time, and I'm thinking, oh, what a cool lady. And then she starts talking. I'm like, oh, she's super smart, too. She's awesome. Wow, I wish my grandma was this cool. And kept going through the night. And then I come to find out she is in charge of, or got hired by Blizzard to handle, IT stuff at all their esports events. This grandma lady. Yes. So she goes to, what's the German city? Berlin. She went to Berlin for some big finals and had to deal with all the IT stuff, and she was telling me all these stories about all these Blizzard events, and she also did a bunch of Riot League of Legends events and all this stuff. I'm like, you're a grandma. How is it? That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Why didn't she come to Overpants? She could have done some Overpants thing for us,
That's what I'm saying. She would have been perfect. She'd have known how to do all that stuff. All the computer stuff would have been solved. But anyway, it was weird. Totally weird experience. But anyway, so we did all the fireworks. We had our fun out there. It rained on us. It was very windy. That's fine. Didn't mind. Still fun to shoot off a bunch of fireworks. And it got me to thinking, what's the funniest thing or best thing that ever happened to you when it comes to fireworks? Your entire life. Brian, do you have a story of I put a bottle rocket in my penis or something like that. What'd you do?
Jeez. All right. The year was 1986. I don't know what the year was. It was probably about 1986, 1985. And my uncle was contributing to a weekly zine called Acme Comics. It really was a zine. Like, basically, it was a bunch of independent artists and creators who were doing comic stories for this local fanzine called Acme Comics.
Okay. Do you ever want to do your own zine, by the way? You ever want to do a zine?
I totally wanted to do my own couple of pages for Acme Comics. I did one page once that was a really bizarre self-portrait that I made with freehand. What was it called? Aldous Freehand?
Aldous
Who made
Freehand?
It was like the
No.
Aldous Freehand.
I think so.
And but I did it using all gradient spheres. So it was like blah 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 blah, making my face and stuff.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Okay.
so that was the only thing of mine that ever got published in Acme Comics. By the way, true story, the editor-in-chief of Acme Comics was a guy named Dennis Pimple.
Shut up.
I'm dead serious.
They call him Zit just for short. Just keep it short.
Why would you call him Zit when his name is Dennis Pimple?
I don't know. I guess so. Hey, Dennis Pimple, come here, you old Zit. That's what I do.
It makes its own gravy. Why would you change that?
Ugh.
Anyway, one of the artists had a 4th of July party at his house, and he had a swimming pool, so we all went over there. There's a guy named Joel Millsaps.
All right.
Maybe I should just call him Joel.
I knew some Millsaps, by the way. I also knew some people with Millsap as a name.
Did you? Yeah, it's a cool name.
Yeah.
There was a lot of alcohol consumption at this party. I, of course, was too young, did not consume any alcohol. But at one point, Joel was standing in the pool in his swim trunks, standing up, saying that he is the Submariner, king of the oceans. And Dennis yelled down from the balcony, "Pull your pants up, Joel." Anyway, at one point, the big bag of fireworks came out, and on opposite sides of the pool, we had a pop bottle rocket war.
Nice.
Seems really smart, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Seems like the smartest, safest thing you can do.
Why not?
But we wouldn't necessarily we'd light them and then we'd throw them sort of up in the air underhand, so that when they come down an arc, that's when they'd go off and just rain down on the other player,
Right.
or the other side.
Right.
So you light it, you wait until about the right time, and then you go zoop, and then as it comes down, it makes this gentle arc, and hopefully the weight of it is such that just as it comes down at an angle, pew, shoots the other team.
Okay.
And this is why in Colorado you can't have any fireworks that go off the ground. But
You guys are the same. We have the same restriction here. We can't have bottle rockets. I assume that's true there as well, and we never have been able to. Yeah, we had to go to Wyoming to get our bottle rockets. We would get up there and get some clandestine bottle rockets and bring them back down to the valley, which is the only way you're going to get away with it. So it's funny because mine's bottle rocket related also. I think probably all good fireworks stories are
good fireworks stories. Yeah, I mean, no one's ever going to have a fireworks story. Oh, this one time we went to the park and we just sat there and watched the fireworks, and they went off, and then we got in the car and waited 2 hours to get out of the parking lot.
Yep. Did some flowers and some snakes.
Yes.
Okay, here's what we did. Or what I did. I don't want to throw this on anyone else. This was totally my fault. This was during the week of Halloween, so not Halloween. 4th of July. It wasn't the actual 4th of July, but it was the week of, And we had some bottle rockets, and we're out in the street, and we're doing dumb stuff with it. And I thought it'd be funny to see what would happen if you took a bottle rocket stick off. You know, the stick, Brian, that you pull out of the back there?
Yeah.
I thought, well, what do these do without their stick? And one friend said, well, I think the stick keeps it going straight. And I said, whatever, man. Let's see what it does. So I pulled the stick off, and I laid it on the ground, and I set it on fire. And it did just what you think it would do. It went like a bunch of different directions. But here's the best part. Lady right by the street we were on, coming home from some sort of church function, walks toward us from her car in a dress, and my little rudderless freaking bottle rocket fires all around, does serpentine, ends up going up her dress, lodges itself in her hip, like on her hip, under the dress, on her hip, and stays there, and goes, bang, and shoots this.
Oh my God!
Explosive freaking material and dress material and who knows what all just blow out the side of this dress, and she of course yelps in a big scream or whatever, and she gets super hurt, like bruised and a little banged up, no blood or nothing, but I became the worst kid in the neighborhood, and everyone hated my guts after that for a while.
Ask her what her least favorite 4th of July story is.
Probably that, right?
Probably. I can't imagine that she'd ever have one that would top that. Holy cow.
But man, that thing was just like, you don't ever do that. It's bad. The stick is there for a freaking reason.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's there for a reason. It's like a bullet that just can power itself at any given time randomly.
Yeah, and there's no trajectory. It doesn't have any aerodynamics. It just goes.
Right.
And in this case, it took a very random road right up her lady's dress, lodged in her hip, and blew out the side. And it was pretty crazy. And 2 of my friends ran like little babies, ran off into wherever they went, just ran because they didn't want to be in trouble. Well, I stood there and I faced that lady and her husband who came out to find out what the ruckus is, and got in huge trouble. So there you go.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're hoodlum. Does that qualify as hoodlum?
I don't know what's the definition.
Or troublemaker or rabble rouser or
hoodlum. All right, if you're going to be a hoodlum, it says.
I think hoodlum is.
Let's see, a hoodlum. Okay, that's a movie. I don't care about movies.
Yes.
I can't find anything about hoodlum that isn't the film. So I guess there's no definition. I'll just say I was a little shithead. How about that?
Yeah. I'll
take that. Now, over the last few days, we've all been wondering, did Brian meet his quota for the end of the month?
Yeah, because keep in mind, the 30 days of Lyft for me ends tomorrow at midnight. Right? So 135 rides that I need to get done by tomorrow at midnight. And keep in mind, I've been sick. Keep in mind, I had the bike ride thing that I was doing and all that stuff. Scott?
Yeah.
Today I did my 135th Lyft ride.
You got it in.
Got it in. You got the last one done.
Wow.
Yep. So
was it a
now
big push?
The 135th one was.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was going to ask you, was it hard? Like, do you feel like you really crammed toward the end, or what?
Yes, because today I had to do 14 rides, and I would have thought that would have been a difficult task. No, Scott. A Friday after a major holiday where people get drunk and spend the night at somebody else's house, topped off with a Grateful Dead concert in Boulder, makes for lots of people needing rides in Boulder.
Wow, that's a good day to do it. So did you end up with more drunk people and people barfing in your car or any kind of that stuff?
No drunk people, but I did end up with an interesting story. This would have been about ride number 127. Okay. I make my way down Pearl Street here in Boulder and turn right on 22nd. It's a dead end. It's a cul-de-sac, a little short cul-de-sac with apartments on the side.
Yeah.
I pull up and I wait, and the little timer starts ticking down, Scott.
Okay.
And out of the alley, not out of the apartment building, but out of the alley behind the apartment building, comes a woman dressed only in a string bikini.
Awesome.
And when I say only in a string bikini, Scott, I mean only in a string bikini. She's not wearing shoes. She doesn't have a top. She doesn't have, she has basically a little skimpy top and a little skimpy bottom and a phone, and that's it.
Is the bottom
and the biggest grin on her face?
Is the bottom a thong bottom or just a bottom?
No, it's a bottom. Oh, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah. So, so a big grin on her face, kind of like an embarrassed grin, but whatever. She gets in the car, and of course, I'm not going to say, "Wow, what?" What's going on? Where are we going? I say, all right, looks like we're going over to 18th and Canyon. Cool. Basically I just confirm with her. I say, Tracy, right? Yep. Okay. And she's graduated college student, probably like 24, 25, and she's an attractive woman.
Sure.
So I start driving, and I say, how was your 4th of July? She says, I had a really good night. I said, oh yeah. She says, yeah, except I lost my clothes.
Oh, like really? She had actually lost her clothes. Wow.
She actually lost her clothes. So I didn't want to get into too much more than that, but she did say, well, it's better than the walk of shame. And I'm thinking,
it's a walk of
is it
shame.
though?
Like no clothes on? Is that what the walk of shame is?
No, the walk of shame is basically this. You're getting picked up by a lift, or carrying your high heels that you wore the night before, wearing the outfit you wore the night before.
Yeah, how is this better than that? This isn't better than that.
Yeah, at least the people on the walk of shame have their clothes.
Yeah, I don't understand that thinking.
I'm curious as to how the whole thing went down. I kind of wish I would have asked, but
yeah.
Like, did you did you get naked with somebody?
Yeah.
And then end up in a different place? Because your clothes should have still been in the room where you took them off, right? And then where did the bikini come from? Did you have the bikini somewhere else, or is this a borrowed bikini from the house you spent the night out?
There's like 15 unanswered questions here that I would ask her that we're never going to be able to ask, and probably shouldn't have asked then.
We're never going to be able.
But had I been there, and had I not cared about anything, I might have said, "Tell me this story." Because now I want to know. I want to know how somebody does that. Right. Because how you get separated from your clothes to the point where you have nothing, where you don't even have I guess having her underwear probably wouldn't have helped much, but maybe she found her underwear and said, "Oh, this isn't enough. Maybe a bikini will be." Yeah,
do you have a bikini handy?
Yeah, but then that. Did someone have her size? Is it hers? Is it not? Is it his? If it's a dude,
dang it, I probably. You know what? I should have asked. Was it your bikini? That would have been an okay question, I think.
Probably, yeah. You could have done that. I wonder what she would have said to that. Because even if she would have said it was somebody else's, then you could assume, oh well, then the clothes got stolen, or
right.
Where the clothes went is still a huge question.
And I think the alley had something to do with it. Like, she wasn't like covered in alley crud, like like she woke up in the alley, but she definitely woke up somewhere else around there. She had to leave that property to wait in the alley for the Uber or for the Lyft.
Okay. All right.
At least that's what I'm guessing. I don't know, so many questions, but
I have a lot of questions about this still, but
I think that might have been my best daytime ride.
No. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And she was attractive. That's good. You don't want.
She was attractive. She sat in the back seat, but that's I'm not going to sit there and be like, sit in the front seat. Or
really
she would have sat in the front seat. It's not like I would have had any problem keeping my eyes on the road. I'm a gentleman. I'm not going to.
The air conditioner's blowing better up here. Come on up here, baby. You could have done that, but you shouldn't. And I'm glad you didn't.
But I didn't.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah, and boy, you go through the fraternity area of Boulder after 4th of July, and that is a freaking mess of like bent lawn furniture scattered all over the street, broken glass, piles of cardboard tubes that at some point held Roman candles, and then miscellaneous detritus all over the place, like maybe a blanket. Could be a blanket. Might be a shirt. Can't tell.
Yeah.
Maybe it's her shirt.
Maybe
I should have pulled over and grabbed her shirt.
Yeah. Maybe her clothes were in a pile someplace. You never know. Well, that's awesome. What a great one to sort of not. I guess you didn't end it on that one, but it's a good one for your final day there for your quota.
It was a good one for the final day. Yeah.
So now what? What's the plan now? You gonna go? Oh, now it was easy. I'm gonna do that many every month, or what do you think? What are you gonna do?
No, it's certainly not going to be as much of the pressure to kind of do as many as I had to do. I'll definitely still do it occasionally. And when Tina goes off on her trips to her work trips, it's a great time for me to go out and do lift, because otherwise I'd just be sitting there watching TV at the house, and this is a little bit more fun for me. But I expect that I'll probably do 2 or 3 hours a week, maybe.
That's not too
more,
bad. But they don't make you stick to some minimum. You can.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. And actually, I gotta say, I like the morning stuff. So Wednesdays are pretty much the only morning that it's just not convenient for me to do it before TMS or before work. So I could just do, a couple hours weekday mornings and get a little extra spending cash.
The point is, though, you're enjoying it, though, right? Like, you'd like it.
The point is, I'm enjoying it, and my 30 days of having to do it are over, and now my days of can do it if I want to do it.
Yeah,
could begin.
Because they treat this as like your proving period, right? Isn't that the deal? They're like, he's committed. Look at him with his great record, and he did all those rides in 30 days and had great reviews and good tips, and now they're happy with you. Yeah.
I think it's really just a matter of, if we can get them to do it for 30 days, we'll probably keep them. But if we made it a 7-day bounty for 1/4 of the amount, we'd probably lose a lot of people.
Teach a man to pick up people for 30 days, and he'll drive for his car for a month. Teach him a lifetime. I don't know how that should go. There's a saying there somewhere.
Something like that. Yeah. Still nothing but, let me see if I've got let me pull up my dashboard in the app here. I think I still have nothing but 5-star reviews. Yeah, I have a 5.00 rating.
That's really good.
So 135 lifetime rides. I did not even stick around to do 136th ride, Scott. It was like, well, that's 135. Bye-bye. I even had to drive all the way back through Boulder. And, let me tell you about a little bit of self-control I had.
Oh, well, okay.
Forced self-control.
All right, I'm into it.
Decided I needed to swing by and get something to drink. And so I was going to go through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru and get an iced coffee.
They definitely have those. They're good there. Yeah.
Yep. And I thought, I've been good. I also did my weigh-in today, and I'm 1.3 pounds down. I think I'll treat myself to a Boston cream.
What's a Boston cream?
And then I realized
Help me with that.
That's a filled donut with chocolate on the top and then custard inside.
Oh.
It's like probably one of the worst donuts for you that still qualifies as a donut and is not like a ginormous cinnamon roll.
That sounds good.
They're really good.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh crap, I don't have cash in my wallet, and I don't want to I don't want to use my credit card to pay for $2.50 of something. So I decided, all right, you know what? I'll just go. There's a Chase right there. I'll go in, I'll get cash, and then I'll go through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru.
Yeah.
Pull into the Chase, park the car, walk in, and I don't know if it's just because it was a Friday or what the deal was, but Chase Bank had a big tray full of cookies and donut holes and all that stuff out there. Grabbed myself one donut hole, one chocolate donut hole, got my cash, got the F out.
Wow.
Went two doors down to an independent coffee shop and got an iced coffee.
I'm blown away by that. I would have been way less controlled. I would have eaten handfuls of that stuff. This is why you're continually losing weight and why I'm, a little slower at the moment.
Excuse me, do you guys have a bag? do you have a medium to large size styrofoam container?
What were they doing it for? Was it just like come to our bank and eat treats day or something?
So.
Okay.
I think it was. Probably some sort of, let's welcome people special. Plus, Boulder's rich, so the banks there can give out free crap.
Oh, Boulder's got
you can probably still get a toaster oven by starting a new account at that Chase. Who knows?
Next time they do it, I'm coming to Boulder. Just kidding, not really.
There you go. I'll just mail you one of these. Next time I go there, I'll get you a donut hole.
You guys,
do you want chocolate or do you want powdered sugar?
Powdered donut hole, always.
A powdered hole.
Yeah, I want a powdered hole and also a powdered donut hole. I really like those. I could eat a whole box of those. So yes, and also the powder. Yeah. The ones that you can get in the gas station that are powdered donuts, but there's jelly in them. Do you know the ones I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
You can get those at Dunkin' Donuts too. They have a lemon, not really a cream, but like a lemon jelly filled kind of thing.
I could eat 100 of those. They're so good. I cannot be put near any of that crap, or I'm gonna die. Oh, that sounds so good. Do you guys have RC Willie in Colorado? Do you have them? You ever heard of that place?
No, no, but I know a lot of women who would love to have an RC Willie.
Remote control Willie. I never thought of that until you just said it. Oh my gosh, my whole life living here, I never thought of that until you just said it. That's
made the connection, RC Willie.
crazy. Okay, well, RC Willie is not a remote control Willie.
Looks like we've got a show title.
It's a place that sells furniture here, and they've been here forever. They were homegrown here, and they're now like in Arizona and Nevada and a few other places. I think Vegas has one. But they're called RC Willie, and it's named after some guy named RC Willie. And anyway, you go buy furniture and couches, and I guess that's also furniture, but like beds and dinette sets and all that shit. That's what that's for. And every once in a while, they do this thing where if you go to one of their locations, you just can have all the hot dogs and like Coke you want. Just hot dog after hot dog. And man, when that used to come around, I would go there and eat like 8 hot dogs. And that's bad. Don't do like me. Don't live like me.
No. Did you buy any furniture when you had those hot dogs? Like, did you go in and buy like a dinette set?
No, I never did. It was all really expensive, and it was all on payment plans and all that crap. And we were just married then, and I was like, I'm not buying any of this, but I'm gonna get free hot dogs. By damn it! And they didn't say anything. You just get in line, get more, keep eating.
Well, yeah, sure. No, did you? Could you get all 8 donuts or 8 hot dogs at once?
No, you had to keep going.
To keep going through the line?
Had to keep going, which I did.
Like Joey Chestnut here, going through the line 8 times.
Yeah, I totally did. It's pretty cheesy now that you think about it, but anyway, locals will know what I'm talking about, and it sounds good to me right now, and I should stop talking about it, or else I'm gonna get hungry.
Hey Scott, you know what's better than a free hot dog?
What?
A free hotel room.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So Wednesday after the show, Tina and I went out and met free hotel room Bob Peterson and his wife for lunch.
If you've listened to the show for a long time, let's give a little background here. For the longest time on the show, he would be a guy that would pipe in either in the chat room or in Twitter or something.
On
and
Twitter,
he was always complaining about Brian's stories to whatever.
They're not called Brussels sprouts; they're Brussels sprouts.
Right, right. Things like that. Yeah, any kind of little nitpicky change, or if he thought something was too sappy, like a dedication song at the end of the show or something.
Right. Yes.
He would pipe in.
Yes.
So that's that guy. So go ahead now.
Now he and I talked about this, and I asked him, "Do you want me to blow your cover? Like, do you want me to keep your existing reputation in the TMS halls of fame? Like, do you want me to do you want to keep your reputation as angry troll, or do you want me to tell people what you're really like?" And he said, you can just keep it a mystery. And I said, you know what, you deserve to be outed as a really nice guy. He is the nicest freaking guy ever.
Of course he is.
We sat there and we were laughing and joking around and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, he has a very dry, sarcastic wit. I mean, he is a very, very sarcastic person, and I think that might be what just does not come across well in on Twitter and in the chat room.
Sure.
It is, and he's not joking when he corrects us on language stuff. It does bother him, but at no point during our meal did he say, Brian, it's pronounced Gorgonzola, not Gorgonzola. Or
I wish he would have.
I know, I kind of wish he would have too. But no, he reminds us a lot, reminded me a lot of McLean Stevenson. If I could kind of compare him to somebody, he's got that kind of gosh, well, not really gosh, small town kind of gosh gee whiz kind of thing, but that kind of like just friendly, surprisingly a friendly guy that you just kind of want to hang out with, right? It's really bizarre.
McLean Stevenson for the kids, that's Henry Blake on MASH.
Yeah. That's right. Yes. Yeah. Or Hello Larry.
Yeah.
If you watched one TV show from the 80s.
Yeah, the half season they ran.
One season or whatever it lasted. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
But no, he was and his wife was great, Barbie. They were an absolute pleasure to hang out with. And I had to text you like immediately when we left and say, dude, you're not going to believe this, but Free Hotel Room was an awesome guy. It was
Yeah.
like he's a really, really nice guy.
And not that you went
we had a
into
blast.
this assuming he was going to be a jerk to you or anything. It's
No,
just that
I
the
wouldn't
only...
I wouldn't have shown up for lunch. Like I wouldn't have agreed to have lunch with him. I would have said, yeah, here's a PO box. Swing by there, drop off any goodies you have for me, and then text me when you're 5 miles away, and I'll go to the PO box and retrieve them.
Yeah. He just has this persona, and it taught me a lesson. Like I didn't tell you this in the text,
Yeah.
but it reminded me, and it's good to be reminded of this once in a while. This internet world we live in sometimes is just wrong. Like it has people wrong, even if it's just a translation problem or a tone problem or even those who portray themselves differently than they do in real life, whatever it may be. It's not always who people are, because when you finally meet them, you're like, oh, you're nothing like that, or that's just now. I think Brian and I are pretty much who we are, what you get. Like we got nothing to hide. But there are plenty of people you only know from, oh, he pops into Discord once in a while, or that guy raids with me, or I've only heard that guy one time on Twitter or whatever. And all you get is whatever they present themselves as, and you think, oh, that's them, that's their label, that's who they are, and it's not. It's almost always not. So good job.
No,
That
totally.
sounds like fun. I'm jealous.
Luke Sightwalker asks, did he really look like Brad Pitt? I actually asked him that.
Oh, you did?
I said, oh, I wasn't expecting you to look like this. I thought you looked more like Brad Pitt shirtless coming out of the ocean. And
That's amazing.
And, I think his wife said something like, are you still using that avatar or didn't know about it or something like that? And
that's really funny.
I can't remember what the response was on that, but it led to some funny discussion.
Here,
But,
chat room, I'm going to show you this picture. It's a picture of Brian and Tina hanging out with Barb and Bob.
Bob and Barb, yep.
Bob and Barb. Hold on here. Let me just blow this up. There they are. See that? He looks like the nicest guy. He's the skinny and in shape guy around our age. Just a normal dude.
Oh, and the dude cycles like crazy. Like he is always biking. He over the weekend in a city that he doesn't know very well, he hopped on his bike and just started riding at 9:30 p.m. at night in a city that he doesn't know super well.
That's crazy.
And when he told me where he ended up, I said, "Oh my God, it's like you said, is there a path that I can take that would take me through ever escalating bad parts of town to like the worst part of town?"
He doesn't care because he's tough, man.
Right,
Doesn't seem to bother him. Well, all right. Well done. That's great. So, Bob, if you're listening, it's nice. It's you created a nice reminder for me and a good time for Brian. And Jeannie in the chat says, "I bet that wasn't really him."
I know. Like he sent a proxy.
Oh, that would be really funny.
He sent like a not a doppelganger, but we'll say proxy. Proxy was good. I'll stop at proxy.
I should stop at proxy. Proxy is a solid thing there. I like it.
Yes.
All right. Well done.
It's great.
Lucky you guys. If you ever come to Salt Lake, you let me know, bud. All right, we're gonna play this now. Making it happen.
What?
App Slappy.
I like that you did a hype sound, except that it's delayed on my end, so it came off as like super off key. So it's like the moment you should have done it. Instead, I heard whoa. Oh, stupid Discord. One day, the world's gonna figure out how to have zero ping conversations with each other. It's gonna be great.
At some point, yes.
All right, check this out, everybody. I got something rad here to tell you about. We pick apps that we've been messing with, usually on our phones or our tablets. Where'd my phone go? This could be bad. Where'd my phone go? I'm missing my phone. That's not good. I need my phone because it has the app on it.
You need your phone.
Hold on, I'm gonna ping it. Oh, what's ringing? Where is it?
The phone
there it
is
is.
coming from inside the house.
I found it. Oh my gosh, I thought I lost it. Okay, this is an app I picked up on the recommendation of a couple of tadpoolers. They said, "Oh my gosh, Scott, have I found a game for you?" And I said, "Really?" And they said, "Yes." And they said the name of it was Void Tyrant. Void Tyrant.
Sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, it kind of does, both the tyrant and the void part. Anyway, I downloaded it, and it's what you think it is. It's like a.
What do you think it is? I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's
a good point.
What it possibly could be.
That's a really good point. It's probably a good point. I guess I should say, if you thought it was science fiction, then it is what you think it is. However,
okay.
I would say it's more like fantasy RPG set in a sci-fi universe. So it does a lot of stuff that fantasy RPGs do, but does it in a sci-fi universe. And Brian, you'll be happy to know that one of the key features of this game is that it uses blackjack, aka 21, for its battle system, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I like that already. Yeah.
So what you do, and I'll start a quick game here, and I'll be the draw knight. I'm gonna take off in my little space plane. There we go. All right, you take your character out. Each time you're starting fresh, although you may have done some cool things last time you ran. So you go back into the battle with those cool things. You have a choice of these 2 planets. I can either do Huxionia, which is the threats there are heat, nature, and the undead. There are no side quests, and I've previously completed it. Berenia is the other option, which is normal, nature, or mechanoid threats, no side quests. And I guess I'll just take that one. So I hit launch. My little shippy goes and takes off. All right, it's a nice little art style.
Okay.
Then you land on these planets, and you do it's random every time, but you do kind of an old school dungeon crawl sort of thing, where you what's this? Summon the mystery spirit. I don't know what that is. All right. Anyway, you go through these paths, and the paths are like let's get rid of these cards first. As you can see, I'm getting cards, but the cards basically work like Slay the Spire, or that pirate game I recommended, Pirates Outlaw, on the phone as well.
Oh, right, where you
build a
deck.
They
give you extra, right? They give you extra moves or augment your existing moves or something like that.
Exactly, and you build a deck as you go, and then you use the cards that you built and all of that. And I have this little up arrow or side arrow. We go to the side guy. Okay, that's a dude who wants to say, hey, do you want to change your gear around? And I say, no, F you, you're a butthole. And I go the other way. I don't want to talk to him.
Is this part of the game yet, or is this still like setting up your character and stuff like that?
Still part of the game. So I hit forward on there. Now I'll bet I face my green screen's messing with us.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, nothing happened. So I'm going to click it again. Okay, there's a guy to fight.
Walking down the yellow brick road. Okay.
Now, if you can see it, those cards right there are the cards I'm going to play. And then below the blob are these 2 meters. His is up to 5. Mine's 0 right now. If I had to go ahead and decide to pull to draw a card, I hit it. It puts down a 4. So now you see it's 4 and 5. Now he put down one that put him to 8. So basically I'm playing blackjack, but it's only to 13. Okay, not to 21.
All right.
So if I keep dealing, we got a 5. So now I'm at 9. He's locked in because he's afraid to draw again. If he draws again, he's going to be screwed. I'm going to go ahead and draw again to see what happens. It's a 4, so I lost. So the difference between our scores is a 3. He hits me for 3 damage points. And that's the combat, back and forth. You also have these 4 cards out in front. They're like little special cards, like this will disarm him and make it so you get 2 turns in a row. Or this one will zap all his energy so he can't do any special things. This one will add 3 to your score. So let's say you're at 10... and you do the 3 to your scorecard, you're now full 13, which means you automatically hit him and he loses no matter what. So they use this blackjack style. I keep calling it a blackjack. It's not 21, but it's the same idea.
But it's 30. Yeah, it's blackjack, but you're just going to 13, and if you go over, then you bust.
And it's a weirdly compelling way to play this, to have the fight. Like it's a fun mechanic I didn't expect to like as much as I like it. It's because it has that tension of blackjack where you're like, oh, I'm at 17. Do I dare do this? You know, the gambling part. It's in this, and it's super satisfying. So anyway, it's kind of random every time you go through the world. The more stuff you get, the faster you get through these worlds. You can skip worlds after a while. Get to better worlds where there's harder stuff to beat. There's lots of variety, lots of weird stuff. Sometimes you run into a vendor. He gives you some special cards, that sort of thing.
And I like this art style so much more than pixely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pixely retro art. This is really cool.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is it doesn't rely on... It's not trying to be all nostalgic looking and stuff, which is, that's fine in
Sure.
a lot of these games. I don't mind it, but I'm with you. This is just a really clean, nice art style.
Yeah.
That's it's perfect also for. I don't know how this is on the tablet. It's probably okay, but it's
it looks
meant
like
to
it,
be
it
held
makes
like
you go
this.
vertical.
Yeah, it's meant to be held like this, and you're
Yeah.
using your thumb, and it's what I love about a good phone game when they focus on that.
I think
format.
this would be one I'd pick up and play on the phone. And I see in-app purchases. Is it obnoxious?
No. So that's the other thing. I went ahead and did this. They have an option to buy out of ads and all that kind of garbage for $4.99. It also eliminates all the pay for stuff in there. So you can,
worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. After I played it for about 10 minutes, I went, "Oh, I'm gonna keep this. I'm just gonna pay for it." And so I did that, and it's great. I really like it. So recommended this thing. I think people are gonna really like it. I'm really grateful that the fans told me about it, and I would have missed it otherwise. It's called Void Tyrant, and comes maybe one of my highest recommendations this year. I think it's really good.
That's cool. Yeah, just the just the still shots that they put in here look really compelling, and look, all these other screens like this one with the gems in the middle and your spaceship and different houses and stuff.
Yeah.
This looks really cool.
It's cool, right? Yeah, you'll have to try it out and see what you think. And it's, like I said, it's free and has free to play trappings, but if you end up liking it, you don't have to do any of that. You can just buy through it and not worry about it.
Totally picking it up.
Tell me what you have. What do you have today?
I have. See, hold on a second. Now I've got to type in your password, Brian.
Yeah.
Dang it! I should have maybe opted to get this after. There we go. All right. So I have two games because when I tell you about the first one, everyone's going to go, "All right, fine, move along." It won't get much traction here. There's going to be a handful of people in the audience who are like, "Oh, really? Okay, cool. I'll check that out." Because it is fun. The first game I'm going to tell you about is Lego Tower. Scott,
Yeah.
what do you think? Tell me what you think Lego Tower is.
Let me guess.
Exactly right.
Yep. I'll bet it's that old tower game, but with Lego people in it. Right?
My goodness, how 100% accurate you could. It's almost like you could be more than 100% accurate if it were strategically possible to be more than 100% accurate.
Thank
you'd be
the
that.
Lord.
That's exactly what it is. It's a tiny tower variation, but it's done with little Lego people, and it's kind of well done. It looks like it's three-dimensional models of Lego people walking around your tower, which is kind of cool. I like these kind of games for a while, and then I stopped playing them, and it's totally fine. I like these. Basically, this is a good month-long game for me, or 2 or 3 weeks long game. And then I get sick of it, and I never want to touch it again after I realize what a time suck it is.
I mean, is it
For
kind
right
of?
now-
Would you say structurally it's like the same game? Like, are there any big differences here other than visual?
Other than visual, not really, because it's basically you're building a tower with residential floors and retail and restaurant floors and things like that. It does the whole thing of like, I have a pizza for Frank J. Can you find Frank J? And it's a little picture of one of your guys, and you go and find him and click on him, and then you get stuff. I will say that out of every tiny tower variation I've ever played, this one is the most generous for the free-to-play player. I have been getting so many of their bucks, the big spendable in the game, just by doing like, oh, okay, you're looking for, on one of the floors there's a horse, click on the horse, oh, there it is right there, boom, there's $10. So like I constantly have 1,000 or 1,500 bucks in the game, and you can use those to instantly restock a floor or finish the building of a level or a floor or something like that. It's, again, it's exactly what it says on the box, but it's for whatever reason it's different enough that I'm playing it until I get sick of it.
Is it the same people as before? Same makers?
Yeah, who was that? Bit something, or what were they?
What were they called?
Not Bitmoji, right? It's somebody else.
I don't remember. I remember really liking those games, but feeling like they were oppressive in terms of how long I had to wait for shit unless I paid for it.
Nimblebit.
Nimblebit, yeah. And the fact that you're
And
telling
it
me
isn't-
it's not
it's
quite as hardcore that way is kind of appealing.
Yeah, and you can turn off. I actually for 5 days you can turn on. You get free their upper level feature, whatever they call it, like their join the tower club or something like that. But you get 5 days of it for free, and it makes the elevator automatic. It lets you choose which floors you want to build, so you can say, oh well, I've got a bunch of people who really want to work in the sushi restaurant, so I'm going to just get the sushi restaurant, and then I have 3 people who want to live there immediately or want to
Wow.
work there immediately, and I get bonuses that way.
I might have to get it. Gosh dang it.
It's yeah, you know what? Here, get it, and you'll love it for 3 weeks, and you'll feel satisfied with it, and then you can stop playing it and say, all right, I got that little dopamine hit of playing a tower game for a while, and now I don't need it anymore.
Okay, yeah. It's been a while. It's been long enough, too, where I think I'd be cool with it. I think the Star Wars one was the last one I played, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think that was the last one I did too.
Yeah.
But
All right.
wait till they come out with Star Wars Lego towers, Scott.
No. So that's just your first, though. What's your second?
That's my first. Here's the real recommendation. And this is a really, really cool game that when somebody sees this, they're going to say, oh, well, this is basically made for Brian. This is called ELOH, E-L-O-H. This was winner of the 2019 Apple Design Award, and well-deserved, because it's one you're going to want to play on the biggest screen you have with the music turned up or headphones.
Okay.
And it is a rhythm game. It's sort of a rhythm game, but you don't have to tap anything in rhythm. You've got on each level, and it's one of these where you do something to complete a level, and then it moves on to the next level, and it's like a puzzle where you do each puzzle, and then it moves on to a new puzzle that you have to kind of organize.
Okay.
On each level, you've got these kind of like Inca Mayan looking masks, and you have to move these things around. They act as pinball bumpers for balls that get shot out of a cannon that's fixed on screen, and that cannon is pointed usually at a diagonal, and you have to organize these masks so that it bounces off this one, then bounces off this other one, and then it goes into the hole. And there's something that's really, number one, it's a beautiful game. It is beautifully rendered. It is the sound and the music, the ambient noise is gorgeous, as well as the music that's created when these balls bounce off, because they come out in a rhythmic pattern, and they sound like xylophones when they hit the masks, and it just has got this very like serene, satisfying kind of quality to it. And then as they you can actually keep letting them pump out the balls in the rhythmic pattern, and then when you're ready, just move on to the next level. But you'll sit there and enjoy the music for a little while.
It's coming up.
And then
Well,
it
give
goes
me the
on.
name one more time. It's coming up blank for me. What is it?
ELOH, E-L-O-H,
I think I spelled it wrong.
like Electric Light Orchestra House,
Oh, there we go. Okay.
or whole backwards.
Elo. There it is. All right, that took me a while to find. Yeah, that looks interesting. Oh yeah, look at that.
He's this is a guy who it's designed by a guy named Christian Baumgartner, who I guess created something called JC Stranger a while back. The Old Man's Journey soundtrack, the guy who did that one, which I know you liked, Old Man's Journey,
I did. Oh, wow.
did the music for this.
My green screen's effing it up, but it looks cool.
This is really cool.
Oh wow, look at these rad weird heads.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting it.
It's a good pickup. It's a good pick up and play puzzle thing, and I would say play it on your iPad, just because the bigger the screen, the more you'll appreciate this kind of 3D rendered but still cartoony look that it's got.
Yeah, it's got a crazy look to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Again, ELOH, everybody.
ELOH, ELO.
Let the rhythm fill your soul is their tagline. And
and do let it.
Oh yeah,
do let it.
Do let it. Yeah, and it's $3, so you're supporting a rad developer, and you're not dealing with a bunch of free to play bullshit. So do
exactly.
That. Let's see. I'm blown away by this game. Oh yeah, people are just raving about it. All right, good call. How'd you find it? It was just in the.
It was in the. Sometimes I just go with like the Apple recommendations and the Apple Design Awards, because there's not only games but really cool apps that that people make, and again, it's you like supporting indie creators. And
should mention too, available on all platforms. That's both our games today,
good.
by the way. Actually, all 3 of our games are on.
Probably all 3. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm sure Tiny Lego
Yeah.
Tower, whatever it's called, is probably also available.
Y'all got that. All right, well done. Fun stuff.
There you go.
Good job. Here's this.
And
Will
you
it
can
work
always
on the
follow me
Pixel?
on Twitter.
Twitter. What'd you say? Work on the what? The Pixel what?
Will it work on the Pixel?
It'll
The
work on
Google
the
Pixel?
the Pixel 3. Pixel 3. Isn't the Pixel 3 a thing? That's a thing, isn't it?
Probably. I don't know. Yeah, sure.
If I was going to
Probably.
buy an Android phone, I would probably get a Pixel, I think.
I probably would too, actually.
Void Tyrant isn't on Android. Are you guys sure? I thought I swore I saw a stream of it on Android. Maybe it's not there yet. Maybe it's coming. It should. You guys deserve to have that cool game. It's awesome. No, Zoe will not work on your husband's really old flip phone. No.
How about the Trio 650?
Oh my gosh. I haven't heard this phrase Trio 650 in 1,000 years. That's crazy. All right, we're going to do your Twitter questions. These came to us with the Ask TMS hashtag, which we apparently share with some cricket organization.
That's right, exactly.
So we're going to find out what's going on. For example, here's one from JC Calhoun, who says, "Why don't you have a custom bit emote on Twitch?" I'm working on it. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That and
Oh my God. So what would it be? Would it be a like a fish sandwich?
I don't know.
Or
It could. I mean, you'd have to go for the channel for every show it's in, though. It doesn't do it per show, so I'd have to do it per.
Oh right, you use this for everything.
Yeah, but
right.
little tacos or something, or little
Little
sandwiches
tacos would be great, or
a fish sandwich would translate well. I'd be fine with that.
a tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch.
Yeah, just a little Darius Rucker head going.
A little Darius Rucker head. I love it. Yes.
It's my least favorite porn title of last year, 2018. Anyway, yes, I'm working on it, JC. I promise. I have been for a while. I just need to get it done. Peter Fisher, on a totally non-political note, have you ever said something historically inaccurate due to a technological failure? If not, make something up. No. Also, it wasn't okay. See, what he's referring to is yesterday during Trump's thing, he did a quote about how there were airplanes in the 1700s or something, and talked about airports getting shut down during the War of 1812 and whatever.
Sure.
And he said that, and some have said, no, he just messed up because the teleprompter goofed. What it should have been was the ramparts, and he said airport. Okay, it still said ramparts. It didn't glitch. His brain glitched. So he read ramparts, and in his head, like I do with intros sometimes, he went airports and then didn't bother to correct himself. That's all that is. So it's not like there's a technical problem.
Like, worse to be a president who can't read the word ramparts without thinking it says airports, or thinking that they're airports in the 1700s.
Or you know what I would like in society more of, Brian? Maybe podcasting's ruined me. Here's what I want people to do. If you screw up, it's okay. Just go, I did not mean airports. It's okay that you screw up. It's okay to be human. You don't have to sit there and nod like you're some kind of superhuman a-hole. Freaking hate that stuff. Just be who you are.
We will start this wave of owning your mistakes. Listen, I confessed Wednesday that I watched The Bachelorette this season, and
it's a huge mistake.
I'm fully willing to own my mistakes, Scott.
It was a gigantic mistake you've made.
One gigantic hour-long mistake every week.
But for him to go, oh, it's a technical problem. The teleprompter broke. No, it didn't. It didn't break.
It was like when he tried to explain covfefe, right? Like
You're right. Just own it. Just say, oh, it's a typo. You chuckleheads. I'm glad I entertained everybody. Anyway, moving on. Like, how hard is it? Just own your shit. Own your shit.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly. What else we got?
Benjamin's right. He just said it. It's a bigger mistake to try to push through a mistake than stop and make a joke of it. No, it's not. It's not. You stop when you're doing it, realize your mistake, and go, oh, I meant this. And then keep going. It's okay. Own your shit.
No, he's agreeing with us. He's saying it's a mistake to try to ignore the mistake instead of stopping.
Oh no,
and
no,
making a joke.
I know he's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
just further deciding to lose my shit over it. But yes, he is right.
Yeah.
Eat your crow when you were young and tender. Thanks, Captain Kipper. Here's one from
No one wants to eat hard crow.
E.T. Now. What has the taxpayer got from the Mahdi government in the last 5? Okay, so this must be someone's hijacked our
That
thing.
must be, yeah.
All right, we're skipping ahead.
Is that Entertainment Tonight? Is that?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. No, it looks like it's some E.T. Now live. It's some kind of political thing. I can't tell. All right, here we go.
Can I connect a speak and spell to a satellite dish? Do I have to use a crossover cable? Is that USB 2 or 3?
I'll be right here for your answer. Have either of you guys ever had, says Jim O'Connell, Colorado style or mountain style pizza, and is it any good? Maybe, but I don't know if anyone's ever told me that's what it was called. Do you know what that is? Have you heard of that?
I do. So Bojo's is a local chain restaurant called is a local chain restaurant called Bojo's. Brian, I meant to say that it's actually a style of pizza called Bojo's style pizza. Anyway, Bojo's mountain style pizza, which is basically like so that they make the crust super big, and then they roll it towards the center, so it ends up being super thick crust, and then they load on an ungodly amount of ingredients and cover the whole thing with a big pile of cheese. Like, it is a mountain of pizza, and you don't necessarily order it like, oh, give me a 16-inch this or that. It's by the pound. Oh, I'll take a 3-pounder or a 5-pounder or...
Did you all invent it or something? Is that the deal there?
Oh, I have no idea. Bojo's is the only place... I take that back. I think the Sink that I was talking about the other day that had my drunk Lyft passenger might also have done the Sink might do mountain pie, but Bojo's was the first place that I ever heard of that, and that's a local Colorado establishment.
That sounds fattening and awesome.
Yeah,
it's really good.
And I do recommend it, but I'd say moderation in life is the key. So
all right.
There you go.
I think you're right. Scott Proclaim says you guys need to brush up on your cricket. All right. That's good to know. We'll keep moving.
Love it.
Let's see. Question for Dan. If you have he's not here, but if you have 5 cents each time you heard I was counting my pills over the sink excuse, what could you afford? A Porsche or a Maserati?
That's why I need a refill. I was counting them over the sink, and half of my oxycodone went down the drain.
I'll bet that happens a lot. It seems like a good excuse. What if it actually does happen to you? That must suck because everyone thinks you're lying. That's no good. All right. I'm going to skip ahead a little because some of these are older. Okay, have you guys seen this Third Eagle video? And he's got an image that says, because your Bible is not complete as far as end times prophecy goes. All end times literature must be interpreted by a co-prophet such as myself. So when you flee into the desert with the woman and you flee away from the Antichrist, you need to understand what is going on because you won't have the internet. You won't have television. You will have to rely on books such as this. His book?
Is this what's printed on the screen with Third Eagle? Like it's a screenshot from one of his videos or something?
I'll play the video. Let's see if it does any better here. I don't get it. Okay. Here he comes. This is him.
Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the Third Eagle.
Something wrong with his voice there for a second. Did you hear that?
I was gonna say his microphone also. Like, did he sell his good microphone, and is he just using his Logitech C120 webcam mic?
His camera is a 4K. He's filming in 4K, which I don't know why that's necessary. But
wow.
All right, let's see.
Eagle of the Apocalypse and the co-prophet of these end.
I'm putting it in 1080. It's choppy. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
This is my second program on my new book, The Holy Spirit Guide to End Times Prophecy. And you really need this book. This is the first.
The Dummy's Guide to the Prophecy. Prophecy for Dummies.
So, I guess the whole thing is just him claiming that you need him to interpret all this stuff. Oh my gosh, the comments on his page. I can't stand it. These people, what do you have as a prophecy for Canada? Two Protestants must have voted this video. Yeah, these people are... Whatever, dude. Freaking, you know what? Come get back to me, William Tapley, when you're seeing penises again, okay?
Exactly.
Then I'm into it. But for now, boring.
Yeah. Somebody leave a comment there saying, have you seen any penises lately? Seen anything that looks like a penis lately?
I mean, and look at his uploads here. Again, we're back to pray live rosary for Donald Trump's safety. July 4th, this was yesterday. Pray live patriotic rosary for America. Then a day before that, pray live rosary for Donald Trump's conversion. Sorry, they're trying to convert him. I guess.
Think that orange skin that's got a layer of Trump Tower taco salad grease on it. Everything. We don't need to pray for his safety. He has his own force field, his own greasy, shiny force field. He's fine.
Yeah.
His own orange, greasy, shiny force field.
Stuff bums me out. Evil Vatican signs and logos. That's what I want, but these are old.
Oh, there we go.
They're just old. They're like 4 years old.
Oh.
He needs to get back to his meat and potatoes, buddy. Meat and potatoes. Yeah. All right. Oops, I closed that. All right, there we go. Let's try this one. Gordon says, meatloaf or queen? Queen.
I'm assuming he means Marvin O'Day or whatever the guy's name is.
Yeah.
And not the food, because if I'm hungry, I want meatloaf.
That's true.
If I want music, I'm listening to Queen. Yeah. But yeah, Queen for sure.
Always Queen, right? I mean, nothing wrong with meatloaf.
Always Queen. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the greatest hits of Meatloaf, they're like 4 songs.
Right.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
Yeah.
God, do I have to already start pulling from I Would Do Anything for Love, but I won't do that?
Yes, the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know. Pretty crazy.
Oh, honey, if you think I could.
Bad Out of Hell is good. That's a great album.
It is a great album. And I'd say just stick with that.
Except for Luke Skywalker. He does not like it. Says yuck.
Yeah.
Hey, don't yuck our yum, Luke Skywalker. You can't yuck our yum.
No way I'm ever gonna love you now. Don't be sad.
It's pretty good Meatloaf.
Who's that? Who's the guy that did all his writing? Because he didn't write any of his own stuff. He had a Bernie Taupin, and I'm trying to remember what the guy's name was.
No idea. Wasn't he on one of the later Trump?
Steinman. That's right, Jim Steinman, the guy who wrote "Total Eclipse of the Heart" too.
Oh, okay. What wasn't Meatloaf one of the final seasons of Trump's Apprentice thing? He was one of the contestants.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
He was also in Spice World, and I wonder if that J.K. Grammer put a link. Did you see Meatloaf in this movie? And it better be Spice World is what he linked to. Let me see. Did he? Because he was there. Oh no, he was in something called Black Dog.
I've never even heard of that.
With Patrick Swayze, Randy Travis. I think I might have seen this.
What?
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze and Randy Travis.
And Meatloaf.
Oh my gosh. What is that?
Calling film sack, paging film sack.
No kidding.
He was also, and I know you love this movie. I think you love this movie. That Steve Martin as a traveling evangelist, con artist.
Yes, good
preacher
movie.
Guy.
What was that called? Great movie.
Something like Ray of Light or God, what was that? That was such a good movie.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping that new HBO show is with everybody, right. the high rollers or the whatever it's called. The holy
the fabulous gemstones.
Gemstones.
Leap of Faith.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Leap of Faith, that's it. I want that gemstones.
I
want gemstones to be like Leap of Faith. It was a great concept. It's really good.
God, I want to watch that right now, Leap of Faith. That was so good.
Yeah, I loved it. That was one of my favorite Steve
Liam
Martin
Neeson,
joints.
I forgot. Oh, yeah, Liam Neeson, Lolita Davidovich.
Yeah, Liam Neeson getting revenge. Oh, maybe not.
This evangelist has got a certain set of skills.
I've been trying. Oh, I'm glad you said this.
Get under the bed.
I want to find that movie he was in about the snowplow, because apparently that was good. But it's
that just came out last year or something, right? That was
Yeah.
a revenge film.
totally a revenge film, but it's supposed to be like one of the best. Let's see, Liam Neeson. Let me see if I can find this.
Oh, J.C. Calhoun says no, it wasn't good.
Oh, really? I've heard really good things about it. Is it Cold Pursuit?
I thought I had too. Yeah, Cold something, right? Because it takes place in the snow. What'd you say?
Cold Pursuit.
Cold Pursuit. That sounds right.
Here it is. Yeah, that thing got like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, that's plenty high for me.
Yeah. Oh, it was even this year. I thought it was last year.
Oh, I did too. I thought it was 2018. I guess it's newer. Yeah, I'm into that. I want to see that. And looks like it is on rentals.
Not streaming anything. Yeah.
Yeah, rentals, no streaming services.
By the way, I think the poster didn't do any justice to this movie, or like did not help this movie.
It's too comedic. It's just like
right. It looks like a John Candy film. Like wah wah.
Yeah,
it's
it's
basically
dumb.
a picture of a sedan impaled by a giant tree in a snowy landscape.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. Here, chat. You can see it here. Look at that. It does. It looks like a John Candy comedy.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. All right.
Kevin James and Adam Sandberg.
Yep.
Andy Sandberg.
Yep.
End of Sandler.
End of
Whatever,
Sandler.
anyway.
End of Sandler.
End of Sandler.
Yep. All right. I like the Gray also. Hey, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of all the Liam Neeson is pissed movies. I like them. I'm actually, I'm not, even the bad ones, I enjoy them because I think he's really good at that. There's a reason he's doing it. It's fun.
He's best when he's pissed.
Yep. He's best when he's pissed. It's a lot of fun to watch. All right.
Liam Neeson plays Joe Montgomery, a
Pissed
man who's got
off.
everything in life, and he's happy for 2 hours.
For 2 whole hours. I'm changing the hashtag, I think. I'm going to make it Ask
What?
TMS PM because we only do it on PM anyway.
Oh, way to let the terrorists win, Scott.
The reason I'm doing this, which is probably obvious, is that there are too many people hijacking it. So I'm going to say Ask TMS PM. That's going to be the new hashtag. Oh, some people did. Oh, these go.
really?
These are way back. You know what? This is going to be fun. Someone used the wrong hashtag in 2015, and now we're going to answer their question. Okay?
Ooh, we're going to retroactive, like, they might not even still be listening to the show because they're so pissed off that we never even acknowledge their question.
They're all mad. The guy's name was Golden Saucer Guy. Okay. In June, on June 11th, 2015, this would have been about a month and a half after the great Mad Max Fury Road came out in movie
Dear
theaters.
TMS, what happened to Thing of the Day?
Has anyone heard from Keith from Maine? What's he doing?
I really like the Veronica segment.
That was about that year she bailed too. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says this: is there a game series you would love to see resurrected? Oh, that's a boring one.
Oh.
I mean,
Yes, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Wait, what's that you say? In 2 weeks, the new Marvel Ultimate Alliance is coming out for
that's
the
what we
Switch?
should. That's what we should do. We should predict things that we wanted in 2015 that we're now getting. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
I like that. So in June of 2015, I would have said, "Oh, I really want a sequel to Rebel Galaxy. I hope that happens." And now there is one. It's being made. Joseph,
Star Wars Dark Forces.
Oh, even
would be
better.
something
Even
I'd
better.
like to see. Yeah.
Even better.
Except we never have gotten that one.
No, but we got that. What's the new one called? Star Wars Friends of the Family. What is it? What's it
Please,
called?
somebody create box art for Star Wars Friends of the Family.
Wouldn't that just be
It's
like?
just like somebody showing up to Aunt Beru and Uncle Ben's house with a casserole, not realizing that they were killed by stormtroopers.
Uncle Ben. Oh, you mean Uncle Owen?
Uncle Owen. Uncle Owen.
Ben.
Sorry.
I like
Uncle
it that
Ben.
Uncle Ben because then he would give advice like, "With great powers come great
with great power
responsibility."
comes great power converters.
I don't.
Oh my
remember.
God! I'm putting that on a T-shirt.
What is
With
the
great
new name?
power comes great power converters.
There you go. I like that. That's not bad. An Uncle Ben in his robe with his blue milk. All right. So wait, what's the name of that new thing? Not Elite Four. What's the new EA game?
Is it a first-person shooter like Dark Forces
No,
was?
it's third person, but it's like It's the only one they got going right now because they canceled. Oh,
Not
Fallen
Battlefront,
Order.
right?
Fallen Order. That's it.
Oh,
That's the
Fallen
one
Order,
they
okay.
showed off at E3 and all that. Friends of the family.
Star Wars, Friends of the
Friends
Family.
of the family. Be like Solo. He was a friend of the Skywalkers. All right.
Don't give DB Weiss and Benioff any ideas for for the next Star Wars series.
Here is a fun one. Dave Podnar, back in January of 2016, said,
Remember that name?
is this right? Yeah, he says, watching the GOP debate tonight. Wait, how could
Get
that?
out, really?
Yeah, he asked if we were watching that first GOP debate in January of that year. It would be November that we would have the actual election, so this is like 11 months ahead. That's crazy. The answer is no, I didn't.
If only the world knew now what it didn't know then. Or no, if only the world knew then. No, the world knew.
If the world knew now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you
If
mean.
only
I know exactly what you
the
mean.
world knew then what we all know now. How's
If-
that?
if
That's
we
what I'm
all
going for.
knew the world back when we knew it then. There you go.
Exactly.
Hando in 2016 of February, that following month, says, which of the characters from Overwatch would actually vote for Trump? Oh man, these are Trump questions. And it was, again, this is like 10 months before the election. Which of the characters from Overwatch would actually vote for him? Who would have voted for Trump in 2016 in the Overwatch universe? Probably. You know what? I bet Soldier 76 might. He might, because he doesn't.
Oh yeah, right. Because
He doesn't know any better yet.
he supports the military.
Yeah, he'd regret it now. He would. He'd be mad about it now, right? He'd regret his vote now, but he would have.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, he would have at the time been into it. I can't think of anybody else. Maybe Winston.
McCree.
Yeah, McCree.
Make
McCree.
America high noon again.
Yeah, McCree's probably a good answer. Some of them are international, so you can't choose them. So you have to go with the American.
We really launched into a political stuff for a non-Tuesday.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks who
Didn't-
don't like this, but
didn't-
it's been fun.
Didn't mean to. All right, here's your final one from the broken hashtags of yore. All right. If you could recite a whole movie from start to finish for one character role, who would it be and from what movie? This is from Chris M. in November of 2017. So a year later, he would goof up the URL or the hashtag and ask this question. So
All right, so basically saying like, all right, you know one character's lines inside and out from a film that you
Right.
can recite from start to finish.
Right.
Oh, I like this.
So what do you
I
think?
do Tyler Durden. Like I
Tyler
love
Durden.
some of the stuff that
Interesting.
Tyler Durden says in Fight Club.
Interesting. Yeah, you know, that's a good. I don't even know how to compete with that one. That was a really good one. I would like the dude from The Big Lebowski to recite the entirety of what The Big Lebowski is from start to finish. That would be all right.
You wouldn't want Sam Elliott to narrate the audiobook of The Big Lebowski. I think that would.
You know what? You're right. That would be better.
And then one of the hoodlums put a ferret in the bathtub.
And I found
Dude
comfort. in that.
said, "Nice marmot."
He has to say, I find comfort in that after every line, though. That's the rule.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
pretty good. All right. Well, thank you, historic wrong hashtag, but it's now the new hashtag. So if you're going to use this and send us questions this week between shows or between this and next PM, it's going to be Ask TMS PM. Ask TMS PM, not Ask TMS anymore. If you do that, I'm not getting. Go ahead.
Ken Avari, by the way, asks, why not Mad Max from Fury Road? Because he has like 4 lines. He actually says 4 words throughout the film. Everybody else talks, but Mad Max in that film.
Doesn't say a lot, for sure.
No, he doesn't.
Which a lot of people annoys them. I think it's the point. It's the point is he is us.
Because he's so mad.
Yeah. Well, it's that, but he's also he's us. He's our perspective, and he's not meant to say a lot. He doesn't say a lot in any of the movies. That's for people who think that's not true. You need to go back and watch it. I just watched Road Warrior for funsies recently. He hardly says shit in there. Everyone else talks around about him. That's part of his mystique. Yep. So people that thought that was like a bad decision are not paying attention. That's the way he works.
Yeah, I think once the drive starts, I don't think he says anything, does he?
He does tell her. Well, he tells her his name is Max while she's bleeding out, and he puts his blood in her.
Oh yeah, right.
He does some talking when he finds the women who are all racing against on the ocean floor on their way to nowhere, and he goes out there and tells them we need to turn around because all the water's back at Immortan Joe's place. So he says some words there. He talks about when he's demanding that he's letting people go and give me the keys of the truck and all that stuff. I mean, he's got words. It's just not. He's not dominant.
He doesn't talk much.
Yeah, he's not a dominant talker, and that's fine. Oh yeah, he says that's bait. One of the great scenes of all time.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Mad Max Fury Road. Catch it. It's amazing.
Catch the wave.
That's it for the show, everybody. Big thanks for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. The reason we do these 5th episodes a week is because we got this here Patreon, patreon.com/TMS. We saw a little bit of a dip last month, only because a bunch of your credit cards didn't go through for some reason. A lot of those get fixed for the next round, but just so you know, in case something weird with your card and you meant it to go through, go check your stuff on Patreon and see if everything is in order. For those who have not joined us there, please consider it, patreon.com/TMS. And for everything else, we're at frogpants.com/TMS.
Seriously, throw a buck our way. You'll never miss that $1, but it would mean so much to us.
That's right. All right, Brian, do you have a little song to sing? Oh, not sing, play.
I do. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll play something then. Fine. Jeez. Right. I wasn't prepared. I was prepared to sing. Hola, Covermaster and Senor Rana Pantalones.
Ooh.
I think that means frog pants. Okay. My beautiful wife, Jay, and I, Jay in quotes, I guess she wants to remain anonymous, are joining the 25-year club on July 8th, which is Monday. I can't believe it's been 25 years because she's still as beautiful and fun as the day we met. She is everything to me, my best friend and my soulmate. I would really appreciate you playing one of the following: Baby I Love Your Way by Big Mountain, Superman by REM, Lips Like Sugar by Seal, or Smashing Pumpkins. Both of us really enjoy your heaping helping of hospitality. Keep on keeping on. Did you forget your car keys?
Oh my gosh, I knew something was coming. Why did I know something was coming? Okay. Here.
That's one that you'd never expect.
I can't find my keys.
Nope, that's not the one. Is it just me saying it? Because I do it like...
I think it's just you, because I don't think we have an audio clip of...
You ever forget your car key? This is me doing a terrible Sean Connery impression. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all you get.
Great, Sean Connery. So Douglas, we all know those songs though, right? We all know the Big Mountain, Baby I Love Your Way, and Lips Like Sugar by Seal, which is funny because I played that today during Coverville Guess the Connection. I'm going to play a different version of Baby I Love Your Way, and if you're disappointed by this, then let me know and I'll play something else for you some other time. But this version totally changes things up. This is Lee Rocker from the Rocker Covers. Lee Rocker is one of the 3 members of the Stray Cats, one of the ones that's not named Brian Setzer, and does this great version of Peter Frampton's Baby I Love Your Way from his album Revved Up. Here is The Rocker.
See you guys next week for a whole new week of shows. Bye.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Frog Pants Network. Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Pinkus.
Pinkus. Pinkus. All right, let's see.